Monday on Home and Family, actress Maciela Lucia from Sharknado 5 Global Swarming is here. And actress Lily Mae Harrington talks about her movie, Some Freaks. So guys, this next segment might get a little dicey.
Oh!
I can't take
Can we
claim.
not get even into this segment?
I can't claim that one. Our wonderful producer Bob and his amazing skills wrote that, but I'm just reading what the card says.
Can we just cut that?
So, I know, I'm sorry, does this hurt? Listen, here to explain the science of blade sharpening is the sharpest man I know, Dan Kohler.
Okay.
Speaking.
I will.
Okay.
You know, I think knives are the most overlooked tool in our kitchens. We are always looking for the next great gadget. What's the most expensive thing we can invest in, whether it's a Dutch oven or a new blender. Honestly, you want to change your game at home, sharpen the knives you've already got. These are so overlooked and they do so much work for you. It's time to tune it up.
Seriously, do knives really get that dull from cutting a soft tomato or a little piece of chicken?
Believe it or not, your knives are getting wrecked every time you cut something. Now, it's not necessarily from those soft foods. It's probably from rocking into that cutting board over and over. So cutting through a tomato isn't going to do much to your knife.
Right.
But actually, wood and, as we talked before, like glass and plastic cutting boards really hurt that edge. And if you want to see what we're talking about when we talk about a dull knife, I've got some images here. The first is a dull knife and a sharp knife at 30 times magnification. You can't see too much difference there. So we're going to zoom in to 1,000 times, and this is where I think it gets really interesting. You can see actually on the dull knife, there are chunks taken out of it.
Oh my God.
There are craters and valleys, and a sharp knife at 1,000 is actually quite a clean line. And so when you're trying to cut through something, imagine using a jagged edge. It's like using a saw to cut through a tomato. You just can't see that.
Do we dull them when we just throw them in the drawer?
Oh, please don't tell me you store your knives in a drawer.
Debbie said.
What? No, I did not.
Debbie said to ask you that.
That is not true. I have the knife block.
Mark, I'm not ready for
I have the knife block. Well, in the block, like that. Like
Well,
the
blocks
block.
actually aren't great either. If you're going to store them in a drawer, what I do suggest is wrapping your knife in a towel first.
Oh my gosh, who's going to do all that?
That guy right there.
I think we've been over that.
So,
What about a magnetic rack?
I love a magnetic rack. That to me is
Okay,
that's
fine.
That's the best.
The little slip thing.
Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
all right. Let's get back to this. How do we know if a knife is sharp? Because I know if you cut and if it's not sharp, you risk more chance of hurting yourself.
That's true.
Sharp knife is a safe knife.
Yes.
It's a very simple
Better
tool
said
you
than
can
I
use
said.
to figure
Yes.
this out. A piece of paper will tell you if your knife is sharp. So if your knife does this
It's bad.
to a piece of paper,
That's some good paper.
some great
Right.
paper. It's a
Double
terrible
ply.
knife. What should happen is this.
Oh.
Hold on. We've done this.
even that one?
We've done this much better today so far.
Okay.
It's thick paper, I told you. One more. They're
Done this
not very
10
sharp.
times so far.
Okay.
Okay.
This is much better in rehearsal. Every time.
Wow.
You make a clean slice through your paper.
Those earlier knives were Matt Rogers because they're dull.
Oh, wow.
Never ends.
He's not even here.
Not even here, still getting it.
Okay, so
So then what do you use to sharpen your knives? Because that little tool that you have right there is what I use.
it's what everybody
This
uses.
is
right?
your first line of defense. It's not actually a sharpener. This is a honing steel. So this is going to align all of the teeth at the edge of your knife. It's going to go from here to here, here to here.
Well, it's kind of sharpening.
It's kind of sharpening. It's putting those teeth back in line, and it's an important tool. So to use this, you want to go at a 20-degree angle. This is 90. 45 is half of that. 20 is again about half of that. And you want to use light pressure and do the same number of strokes on each
How
side.
often do you do this?
I do this every day. I do this before
Every
I use,
day?
Every day?
I do this before. I do this before I cut every day.
and then you have to wipe it off. Does it have like little metal on it? or-
Yeah, this is going to have just a little bit of residue. It's not extreme.
Dan goes home and sharpens his knives every day after the show.
But again, that's
Makes
not
his
actually sharpening your
neighbors
knife.
nervous.
In order to sharpen it, you want to use this. This is a whetstone. And a whetstone, you have to soak it in water. It's a very porous material, so it's going to bubble when you first put it in there. It's ready when it's stopped bubbling. And you can see actually on this one, it's got two different colors and they're two different grits. So you want to start on the finer, on the less
rough.
fine grit. So you start on the rough, start on 1,000 right
So would
here.
you just get this at a sort of cooking
a knife
supply
sharpening
store?
store.
Yeah, you can get them at any kitchen supply store. You can get them at on Amazon. You can get them at the hardware stores too. And then using this, we're going to use that same 20-degree angle. You're going to place the blade right against it and move up just about 20 degrees and go from tip all the way to the heel.
That scares me a little
In
bit.
this
Like,
fashion.
You
cut
need the
yourself.
finger pressure that helps.
You need the finger pressure, and you want to make sure you're using both sides evenly.
Should you ever rub your thumb across to see if it's sharp or not?
You can, but that's I like the paper test because it's
Okay.
safer. Of course, I couldn't achieve it very well today.
I bet after you do this knife, you can. So let's see.
Let's see.
So how many times would you say?
I'm doing 5 on each side twice. So
And
that's
you
10.
should you keep count? Like I'm going to do 10 on this side
Absolutely.
and 10 on this side.
And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to go to the finer grit to finish this off.
Okay.
Looks like marble on that side.
Yeah, and you should see.
it
Don't
doesn't
let
even
this
sound.
worry you. You should see some residue because what we're doing here is actually grinding off some of that metal. This stone is
we-
actually reshaping your knife.
Can we just listen? I want to hear the sound.
It's very therapeutic.
Beautiful.
It's very much different sound than the other side.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if it'll cut that paper.
Will you let him? He's
Yeah, I mean,
still
I-
sharpening the knife.
Debbie, it's gotta be.
Never rush a man who has a sharp knife.
Dan, how long do knives last, or how long should they be replaced?
Well, you know, if you feel that if it's dull at home, if you're having trouble cutting, it's time to sharpen, not necessarily replace. That's what I was saying earlier.
Right.
You don't necessarily need new gear. You just need to treat it better.
What? What is going on?
Well, today is not my day.
Okay, let me ask you this. What about an electric sharpener? Because a lot of people have electric sharpeners.
Electric sharpeners, I think, tend to overdo things. You can really grind your knife away, and an electric sharpener isn't going to save something like a serrated knife. That's only going to touch the tips. So what I like instead is something like this, the AccuSharp, and there's a couple of tools like this. Right inside, if you can see, there's just 2 twin carbides right there. And what you do is you place the knife blade facing up, and you want to make sure this handle is covering your fingers. The blade never moves, your hand does. So you just go right against it, and this will sharpen that right up.
It scares me a little
Would
bit.
that work for a regular knife too? Or just
Absolutely, you can
serrated?
do. I mean, you can do that on any of these. But remember, it's the tool that's moving, not the knife.
How hard are you pressing?
Actually, quite gentle.
Very gentle.
Yeah.
And is it what's inside of that? Is that 2 stones?
It's 2 twin carbide. It's a metal alloy that's actually quite.
Okay.
And that would be in place of the wet stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
one more time. With that knife you just sharpened, let's see it on the
can we get
paper.
a piece of paper?
Do we need a new piece of paper?
I mean, we
Well,
might.
these are. Well, that one's cut up pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Very nice.
I knew you could do it, Dan Cole.
the
I knew you had it in you.
Well, we are not done cutting. We're going to slash prices next with Hollywood Steels and Sandy Newton.
Hey, that's right. We've got some sharp gadgets. Come on back for Hollywood Steals.